Welcome back to the Funny Show. I am your host, Mr. Funny, and today we're going to be reviewing Avengers Infinity War. So before I start, I promise you there are no spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, at this point, then I promise you I won't be ruining anything. Just trust me when I say though, it's hard to do it, but I promise you I'm not going to spoil anything. I promise you. So today we saw Avengers. Well, yesterday we saw Avengers Infinity War. I went and saw it with my friend. His name's Lucas. He's in a few of my videos. Not that many, though, I don't think. But, off topic. We went and saw the movie. We freaking enjoyed it. I loved it. He said, he told me that by the end of it, he was kind of distasteful with the end of it, what happened at the end, but I still think it was enjoyable. Um, what this movie is not. This isn't more. This is less of a movie and more of an event, if anything, because this movie you can't have you can't have this many characters and this many things going on and have a coherent. Well, have have character development and actual like people learning things. And that is not that is not a bad thing, honestly. This movie, for what it is amazing. It honestly is amazing, and this is probably going to be one of the best. This is probably going to be one of the best movies at the box office to date. Honestly, I am not going to be surprised if that actually is true. This movie again, is not a movie. It's less of a movie and more of an event. And if you go in, if you are like, not like, if you don't feel invited by the time limit of this movie is 150 minutes long. That is the same time limit as The Last Jedi. And in all honesty, I'm being serious. It feels shorter than Civil War. That says a lot because Civil War to me, what felt like 2 hours and 10 minutes. And this movie feels like an hour and 50 minutes. And it's not that. It's 40 minutes more than that. It is very fast paced. And that is certainly a good thing. Because when I left the theater, I didn't want it to end. I did not want this to end. Kind of the same feeling I had with Force Awakens, except I feel like this feeling is a little better. I If you don't know this, I don't think I've talked about this, but when I saw The Force Awakens, when it ended, I was like, wait, no, why did that just end? But I still like kind of knew, oh, this is kind of like the end battle. This is kind of like the end of the movie. But in this movie, this is like what you don't feel that. You do not feel that at all. And that is certainly a good thing. Because I really want to see this again. I'm not going to be surprised if I see this again in the theater. Um Before this freaking summer even starts. Honestly, this movie was amazing. This was, again, this is less of a movie and more of an event. What I really liked, and I don't think you could class this as a spoiler, but Thanos is terrifying. He is honestly terrifying. He is. This is his movie. This is his movie. He's the one with the character development. He's the only one with the character development. And he is honestly he's probably the scariest villain since Darth Vader. He's not as scary as Darth Vader, but he is terrifying. He really is really scary. He's not like when he enters the scene, you're scared, like the audience is scared by him. But when he enters the scene, you feel like there's like no hope. He's really a terrifying villain. And that is definitely a good thing, because in most Marvel movies, there's either the person that wants to rule the universe or the person that's giving you off one-liners every freaking second. And he is a great change of pace. He is up there with Loki and the Vulture for villains. He's probably my favorite villain. I like the Vulture. I like the Vulture a lot. He was my favorite villain, and now Thanos is my favorite villain. In these Marvel movies. He is great. Can't remember who plays him, but he is great in this movie. This is his movie, and he really shines in this. It really is just like an amazing performance. And something that also surprised me was the CGI in this movie was incredible. It really was. It really was just amazing. And that is it doesn't surprise me because all the Marvel movies have great special effects. But except for Black Panther, I thought Black Panther had terrible effects, honestly. It looks like a PS2 game. That's what Ralph the Movie Maker said. He said it looked like a PS2 game, Black Panther. But this one looks great. I don't know if the effects will age that well, but they probably will last a while. This looks great. This is far, far better than anything that DC is doing right now. Another great thing about this movie is that it's much, much darker than any other Marvel movie. And that, again, that is not a bad thing. That is not a bad thing at all. This movie's dark. And I I did I was shocked at some of the things that happened. And one scene in particular is really, really dark. And it's kind of messed up, but in a good way. Because it shows that these movies can be serious and funny at the same time. And this movie's funny. There are some moments where I literally couldn't control myself. It was during the Guardians scenes. Most of their jokes land perfectly well. People have been saying that the um uh, that the characters, they don't act like what they would do in their standalone movies, and that is I don't see that, honestly. I see every single one doing what they'd normally do in their standalone movies. Um every single one. I guess Doctor Strange kind of does some things that he wouldn't do, but like that's basically it, honestly. Um if you go into this movie expecting character development and some amazing if you go into this movie with every single character, you expect them to have some development and have some arc. You're probably not going to find that. Some do have arcs. Like I said, Thanos is probably the only one who has a good arc. I would say Thor has a good arc, actually. Thor is basically the only other one. He's probably my favorite in this movie. He's great. Chris Hemsworth, I think he played a great character. And he's like the only other one that I liked in this movie. As an arc. Basically, that's what I'm saying. But everything in this movie is just fun and awesome, honestly. There were some scenes, like, if you go into this movie expecting something, I just go into this movie expecting you to not know what's going on. Go in with an open mind. All your fan theories and everything, just chuck them out the window. It's gonna break them all, I promise you. There's so many twists and turns and surprises. There was one scene where literally me and Lucas, the guy I went with to see the movie with, there was one part where something is revealed, and we literally looked at each other during it, and we were freaking so surprised that that actually happened. Because we never thought that would happen again. Again, I say again, because, well, you'll understand if you see it. There were also scenes where I couldn't control myself. I literally started to freak out in a good way. It was really awesome. There was one scene near the end of the movie, and I literally started to freak out. There's some scenes that might make you cry depending on who you are, and that's certainly a good thing. If you're a Marvel fan, you need to see it. You need to. If you like some of the characters, or a majority of them, then I would suggest seeing it. It's great. If you don't know who any of these people are, and you just want to waste some time, then I wouldn't suggest it to you. If you have no idea who any of these people are, or what they're doing, or what their motivations are, or what their powers are, or what they can do, don't see it. It's not for you. This is really just this is for nerds like us. If you want to see it and have some fun with like your friends or something and you don't know what to do, then I would suggest seeing it if none of you have seen it at least. It's great. This movie is great, honestly. And that is basically what I have to say about this movie. It is great. And if I was to give it a score, I would give it an A minus. But anyway, guys, that is the end of the review here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun doing this video. It was a ton of fun, super enjoyable. Both the movie and making it. I am trying to do more movie reviews in general, so I hope you guys enjoy that. If you like it, just leave a like or comment if you want. It's really good feedback, so I hope you guys give me some good feedback, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, you're using your made-up names. Then I am Spider-Man.